Wow. Okay, those are some huge ass tires. I'm gonna take the styrofoam off real quick and then we'll see what this looks like. Is that a girl color? So I've got to take it out of the box. We have this beautiful teal bike frame attached to a ginormous bike tire. It looks like these are 26-inch tires. They're ginormous, especially if you can compare them. Those are 20 over there on my other bikes. So that's a huge tire. So besides the frame, you also get a rear rack that you can put on. Looks like you got a fender here. You've got the kickstand, charger, some pegs, obviously, or pedals. That right there, the black, is a bag of tools. That might be like hardware, screws, some zip ties, and then the tire.
It was time to start putting this bike together. First step was installing the handlebars. At the neck of the bike, there are 4 screws attached to a bracket. Unscrew those, pop the handlebars into place, and tighten them back down. Next, we have the front fender. You'll probably have to unscrew the headlight to put this on. Set it in place so that order is headlight, then top fender mount, then washer, and then bolt it in until it's tight. After that, you can screw down the 2 metal arms coming from the back of the fender to the front fork. Then comes my favorite part, the front steering wheel. I've learned that flipping the bike upside down helps a lot with this. Remove the bracket from the bike before installing the wheel. After that, make sure the wheel is placed so that the disc brake fits inside its housing. As long as you have that right, everything else should be easy. Just tighten down the bolts and you're good to go. Next, we have the kickstand. And this one's really straightforward. Just line up the mechanism with the drill outs on the bike and tighten them down. Then you have pedals. Conveniently, they're marked on this bike, so right with right, left with left. Next we have the bell. This one's pretty straightforward too. Just wrap the plastic clip around the handlebars, fold the clamp of the bell over that, and screw it down. The rear rack that comes with the bike is also pretty simple. There are 4 screws pre-installed in the back of the bike. Just take those out, mount the rack, and tighten them back down. Don't forget though, if you don't put on the rear rack, the taillight will sit under the seat. If you put that rear rack on, you'll want to cut the zip ties mounting the taillight and screw it to the back of this rack. After that, you'll want to zip tie those cables back up so they don't get caught on your gears or tires. And with that, the bike is complete. So let's take a look at the specs of this monster. Starting off, this bike has the largest tires I've seen on these electric bikes, 26 by 4-inch fat tires, which is just insane. Above those, you have aluminum fenders, a front and rear tail light, which are both pretty high quality and very bright. You have hydraulic front fork suspension, which is adjustable of course, and though there is no suspension in the back, they do give you a suspension seat post out of the box, which helps a lot for comfy riding. You have your standard 7-speed Shimano system, a cute little bell which is a lot louder than I expected it to be. They give you a cargo rack which can be installed in the back of the bike. This rack can hold up to 55 pounds and has 4 screws that can be used to mount a basket back there if you so choose. Speaking of weight, this bike weighs 76 pounds and has a weight capacity of 330 pounds. Given the size of this bike, it's obviously for tall people. I'm 5'10" and it's almost too tall for me, so keep that in mind. These handlebars are also adjustable with a small tweak of an Allen key, and if you're not a fan of this teal color, they do have black and yellow or a low profile gray and black option. They didn't exactly give me a choice on the color when they sent this to me, but I love the flashy look. As for the battery, this is a 48 volt 16 amp hour battery paired with a 750 watt brushless motor. This motor has a 1000 watt peak for those challenging hills, but this bike in perfect conditions is rated for up to 87 miles on a single charge, which is one of the most impressive distances we've seen out of one of these electric bikes so far. After a few riding tests, I have to say this bike is very smooth. The half twist is calibrated well and the ride is pleasant. Does the seat suck? Yes, but that's an easy fix, and even with a new seat, you still get a suspension seat post, which is a really nice touch. One thing I noticed when riding this bike around, no matter what pedal assist mode you're in, if you use the throttle only, this bike is capped at 24 miles an hour. That's as fast as the bike will go if you just use the throttle. However, if you set the bike to pedal assist 5 and really put those legs to work, You can easily hit 30 miles an hour, which impressed me and scared me at the same time. This is currently the third Engwe bike that I've ever reviewed, and I gotta say, this company really knows what they're doing. They have some great bikes, and they've recently launched their newest X Series bikes. These ones have 2 batteries at a 1200 watt peak motor. Not only are they blazing fast, but they're also rated to travel over 90 plus miles due to that dual battery system. Hey Engwe, if you ever want that bike reviewed, just let me know. If you've been looking for an electric bike and you want a company that delivers quality bikes for a good price, this is a great one that I would highly recommend. Thank you all so much for watching, and ride safe out there, everyone.